Hey guys, so today I am going to be doing 90s makeup using the LA Colors Beauty Through the Decades collection. And I had bought a few pieces of this at Dollar Tree and I thought, yeah, let's do a whole decade. Um, so this is what the 90s picture looks like. And if you were alive in the 90s, then you remember that the look was very earthy, neutral tones is what was popular back then. A lot of browns. Browns were huge back then. And it occurred to me that I only needed 4 more categories to be able to do a full face of LA Colors. So this is sort of a one brand tutorial at the same time. Now I did already get started with some of the products because um, otherwise the video would just be so crazy long. So I did already apply the face primer and the liquid makeup in the shade Natural. And when I went to pump this, the stuff got stuck in the chamber, and when it came out, it went all over the wall next to me. It went all over my shirt. Ah, yeah. So be careful with this if you get this. But I do really like this. So that is on, and then underneath my eyes, I start off with the Peach Corrector. It's just, it says face primer, but it's not a face primer. Color correcting peach. I start off with that, and then I use the Conceal It Cover and Correct Concealer in the shade Light. Then I went over to the I Heart Makeup Contour Palette, and I used this shade to contour, and I used this shade to highlight. This is the blush that comes in this collection. It's called Whatever. And this is such a typical color for that decade. So that's what I have on. Now what I normally do is I like to set my makeup with a powder, but I don't set my whole face. I just set certain sections, and I do it with a sponge. And it's not a damp sponge, it's a dry sponge actually. It might have a teeny tiny bit of moisture left from when I washed it yesterday. But this light peachy shade right here, I'm just going to dip my sponge in there, and I like to dab that on areas of my face that have a tendency to get red. So I put a little bit on my chin, a little bit on my nose, a little bit underneath my nose, right in the center of my forehead, and then a little bit down my neck. So the whole center of my face is what tends to get red on me. Okay, and then I took a little bit of the concealer and used that as eyeshadow primer, because that is the one category that I cannot find by LA Colors. They make an eyeshadow primer and it's very good, but for whatever reason the stores in my area don't seem to carry it. So that's the one category that I could not get. Okay, so from that point we're going to move on to the eyeshadow palette. So this is called Valley Girl, and this is the eyeshadow palette from this collection. So I think that's a really accurate representation of this decade. So the highlight shade is quite yellow, but I'm gonna try it anyway. So let's take this small brush here by Morphe. See how that's gonna look on my skin. Yeah, it's not really highlighting. It's It's actually adding color. Oh well, that's okay. Alright, so the next shade I'm going to use is this one right here. And you know what? I'm just going to, since there was really no color to speak of that I just applied, I'm going to use the same brush because this is actually very good in the crease because it's sort of a narrow brush head on there. So we're going to go into this peachy shade. And I'm going to do that right in the crease. Now don't forget, this is supposed to be a very natural, not colorful look. So see, I've got just a hint of color there. Actually, I kind of like that as a crease shade. Okay, now I'm going to pick up just a little bit more. And I'm going to go right in the outer part of my lids and kind of define that outer section there. So this is just a really subtle peach shade. Okay, now we're going to switch to a shader brush by MAC, and we're going to go into this shimmery, I would say that's also a peach. I'm going to go into that shimmery peach shade, and we're going to put that on the lids. Oh, that's pretty. Very subtle though. These are really easy colors to wear. Yeah, subtle, but I like it. Alright, so that leaves us with this brown, and we're going to go in with this Zoeva brush from the On Taupe collection, and I'm going to pick up some of that brown. And I'm going to smudge that right along the lower lash line. Okay, next I'm going to use one of these eyeliners, and it just says eyeliner in black. And I was noticing yesterday when I was picking up those few other items that they have these at Dollar Tree and Family Dollar. So if you buy them at Dollar Tree, it's $1. If you buy it at Family Dollar, it's a few dollars more. So they're okay. They're all right. So I'm going to go right on the waterline. And you don't want anything too harsh for this. Like the eyeliner that I normally use, the Maybelline one, that would be way too intense for this look. You just want something subtle. So this is perfect for this look. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit on the tight line as well. This is just going to make your mascara look better by doing this. Because you're just going like between the lashes more or less. Okay, when it comes to makeup, I feel like LA Color's downfall are their mascaras. I've tried tons of them, and I have yet to find one that was good. Sorry, LA Colors, but you really need to work on your mascaras. They have so many of them. But yeah, the problem is they're very dry. I hate dry mascaras. So we're going to try this one today. This is the X Volume Mascara. I read the description online of all their mascaras, and this was the one that sounded the most promising. So, yeah, when I look at that brush, it just, the brush looks good, but yeah, the formula does not look very wet. So I'm going to start with my lower lashes just like I always do. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. That is promising. Yeah, usually I can't get their mascaras to show up. Okay, here we go. I'm going to dip it back in one more time just to make sure I've got plenty of product on there. Here we go. Ooh, wait a minute. There's a big clump right there. I don't want that on my lash. Wow, I can actually see this. All right. I think I actually found one that's workable. Yeah, I've tried so many. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over this and over this a million more times and be right back. All right, so you have to have the patience to build it up, but you know what? Once it's built up, that's not bad. Let me look up so you can see it. See, that's not bad. With mascaras, I know what it is with me. I want it to be a wet formula so that I can just do it quickly and be done with it. Whereas when the formula is drier, you have to just keep adding and adding and adding, and I don't want to be taking that much time to do my mascara, so maybe that's just me. Okay, for the brow pencil, I have this one. It's in soft brown. It's a little bit, just a tiny bit warm for me. I saw on their website that they have a new one, and they actually had a taupe shade. So if I see that at some point, I will pick that up, because taupe is a better shade for me because my hair color is such a cool toned shade that, you know, I need my brows to be the same. So this will be a little bit warm for me. But as far as the actual product itself, it's pretty darn good for a brow pencil. I like the way it applies. It distributes just the right amount of product. And it blends as you're applying it. Very nice pencil. So if I could just get it in taupe, I would be satisfied. All right, so yeah, that's very natural looking. I like that. You know how with some brow pencils, it deposits so much product and it's so pigmented that, I mean, once it's on, you can't really take it away. You can brush it, but yeah, very, very natural looking. I like that. Okay, so next is going to be, oh, I just realized when I did my mascara, I forgot to curl my lashes. Oh well. All right, so the lipstick from this collection is called As If. So here is what it looks like. You probably expected this, right? A brown lipstick. I'm not going to use a lip liner because I want this to look as natural as possible. And if we have to, then we can always add it after if we have to. It's going on very easy. It's not a dry lipstick. Thank God. You know, I thought this lipstick was going to look horrible on me, but it's not bad because it coordinates so nicely with the makeup. So this is such a 90s look. So I think they did a great job with the products that they chose for this, you know, between the eye makeup, the blush, the lips. Like you can tell that I'm wearing makeup, but it's subtle and it's natural, and I can see why 90s style makeup is still very popular today because it doesn't overpower anything. So you don't have to worry about colors clashing with anything. As a matter of fact, in this collection they did a lot of neutral toned blushes and in some cases bronzers. But oh, I bought their setting spray. You know what? I normally will use setting spray if my makeup looks dry or cakey, and this doesn't. So I don't really feel like this needs a setting spray. So that's it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this style of video, decade makeup, give it a thumbs up. Depending on how many thumbs up I get, I may do another decade, but we'll see what you guys think. We'll see whether you liked it or not. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.